Hi. So today we have a lot of options. I have a lot of work in progress. If you're a crocheter, you know how many work in progress. So I once got this mustard yarn. If you remember, when I went to Mombasa, I got from Osona Yarns. I got about 3 balls, and I was able to make that and this. And I've never really been able to get this shade of mustard. When I went to look for it, I got a darker shade, so I'm debating whether to complete this. This is supposed to be like a cover-up vest, so I'm debating whether to use the darker version that I got and leave it as a design, or because I still have other work in progresses, I give it time and maybe it will be restocked in time. So that's the first one. This is a spider jumper that I'm working on. Another work in progress that I need to complete. What is so sentimental for me about this project is this yarn is something that it's a yarn that my mom got back in the days when she used to crochet and knit. So I gave it a priority on the middle section, and since I didn't get the exact shade of orange, I continued with this one, with the later version, and I got more yarn of this version. So this one can be concluded, and there's a part of me that wanted to use the same concept I have. I don't know if it is visible on camera. The same concept of this mix and match of orange with this mustard, to use the same concept, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. You also know that I have the Kenyan flag that I want to work on, but then I want to try it on a mustard sweater. The thing about the mustard sweater is I had started crocheting it with a single crochet, the very big yarn, but that I made was for me, not for sale. The idea behind the crochet sweaters with the colors of the Kenyan flag is that I want to make them for sale. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. Full disclosure, all this bag is filled with projects. Now I'm feeling embarrassed to even remove all of them. So I'm debating whether to complete the mustard sweater as is with a single crochet, or put the colors of the Kenyan flag, or do a certain tutorial that I've seen Erin B has published yesterday. But if I'm going to decide to do what the tutorial that Erin B has put out, I have to decide what colors to use. And I am so spoiled for options. I'll tell you what I decided. I've decided to attempt Erin's B tutorial, and I've decided I'll go with this yarn. You know, in a tutorial, in a crochet video that I once watched, I think it was from Made in the Moment. She was advising that when it comes to work in progress, there is something that has made you leave a project and pick another project. So so if you want to figure that out, you have to pick the projects one by one and figure out what it is about the project that made you stop the project, and then figure out whether you want to continue by resolving whatever made you stop initially, or you want to forget. This, once upon a time, I wanted to, I was learning how to, and this is beautiful. I don't know, is the pattern being captured correct? Yeah, anyway, once I had learned how to knit, so I wanted to make a blanket for myself, especially for the sitting room. But I feel like this project has taken so long. I think I was first of all discouraged once when I told my mom that what I was trying to make this project, and she was like, what is the difference between knitting and crocheting? When I explained it to her, she was like, yeah, no, I don't like knitting, because when you knit something, it takes such a long time to complete it. true to our words. This one has taken so long. So I think I will find the module later with another yarn, maybe, I don't know. At the moment I want to fold this and use this to do the Erin's tutorial. What I love about the tutorial is that it's a crop top, and I want to learn how to, I want to have more crochet items that are useful for my day-to-day. Most of the time I crochet sweaters or bigger projects because where I live, I find this place very cold. In Nairobi, I find Nairobi very cold. So anytime I pick a project, I find myself crocheting sweaters or like scarves or like neck warmers. And then every time I have crocheted something for myself, I've had clients. And like I told you in the former video, timing myself for clients sometimes can take a toll on me. Let me fold this one, then use the yarn to make the crop top. This is the first, not one of the first. This is the first yarn I had bought that has different colors, and I wanted to see how it works up. I wanted to see if it is something that I like. To be honest, you saw the beanies that I made, the black and white beanies that I made, and I'm not such a big fan of tie and dye, and especially black and white. In Kenya, it reminds me of the prisoners' inmates' uniform. Not that it is the reason that I don't like it. I don't know. I feel like black and white is not within my palette. Black and white reminds me of zebra crossings and the actual zebras. But I feel like this color, it's going to be very fun to wear it as a top and a crop top, especially the design that she recommends. So I'll catch up in a few. I have a progress on the crop top. It's supposed to be open, then the raglan design. So this is the progress we currently have. I think I'll do one more row, then attach it, or attach this and then continue going in the round. So far I like the progress, and I'm hoping I'll put a gray petition so that it's not all tie and dye. It's not only this yarn that I use. I'll show you once we have the progress. I have added one more round, and this is what we currently have. I like the fitting here. First, it comes nicely, and also love the fitting here. So now I'm going to do chains here, then continue with the pattern. And I want to work with a different. I want to add a gray here. currently have. I have added in the gray, and I think it's working out beautifully. I think I'll do 2 rows of the gray, then resume back to the tie and dye. I also want to start watching the movie Twisters. It's been a minute since I watched a movie. I have been watching Drop Dead Diva because it's a movie, it's a series I know from back in the days. So I'll show you the progress as we move on. I finished the second row of the gray part. Interestingly, whatever seems like the second row here is the first row here. So I'm so glad I chose to go 2 rounds. So now I'm going to cut this yarn here. So this is what we have. Let me try it on. I sort of love the sizing of this hand. It has gone a little bit lower. I'm not sure how I feel about the armpits. I'm going to put some less so because I feel like this one has gone a little bit low, but I'm going to put some less here, so it's going to be okay. I'm going to go back with this yarn, see what the progress is. I'll do a couple of rows and then I'll let you know. So I started watching the Twisters. I'm just 3 minutes in, and I find it interesting how, in my opinion, people go out to look for trouble. But maybe 3 minutes is too soon to judge a movie, so let me see. This is the progress we currently have. This yarn is over, and I'm glad I went with the decision to use this yarn, because I thought the crop top would somehow fit a one skein, but then clearly it's bigger than a skein. So thankfully I bought, I think, 2 or 3 of this color back in the days when I bought it. This is the progress we currently have. And I'm also feeling like it's a little bit big. Not that I mind big, I want a crop top that is a little bit on the baggier side, because I feel like a crop top that is very, very tight is not flattering to the body. And when you go to, say, a party or an event and then you eat a little bit more, wearing this, it will be even more unforgiving if it's tight. But a crop top that is a little bit cropped, it camouflages and it's a little bit more forgiving in the body. I'll show you once I have more progress, but now there's nothing new. I'm just going to go round and round with a double crochet until I get the size I want. Unless there's a different instruction, I'm going to go back to the tutorial, see what she says. Yeah, this is the progress that we have. Let me show you the fitting. I don't know how I feel about it, just like I don't know how I feel about this moment. So this is the fit that we have. On one part I like the way it is very baggy. On the other hand, I feel like it's overly baggy, and when I remove this shirt, my business is literally out. But this one I have, so I'm debating whether to redo it. No, her starting chain was 48. She started with a chain of 48, and she did it with a 5mm. The difference between what she's working on and the yarn that I'm using is that I'm using a chunkier yarn. So if this is going to make part of the inventory, then maybe the sizing is okay. But if it's not going to be inventory, then it's going to be a little bit annoying. Let me think and then let you know what I decided. I have decided to frog it because for me the importance of following a tutorial, especially on the first model is to learn. I want to learn the stitches, I want to learn the sizing, the shaping, everything. So if I feel like if I cut corners with this first one, then I want to be able to get inventory in case a client wants something like this. I will not be able to know the exact measurements to take for the different body size. I will also feel like I'm also stealing an opportunity for myself to learn the sizing of the different yarns and the needles. So I think I'm going to size down the needle, or I might not size down the needle, maybe I'll size down the chain. So instead of 48, I'll work up, say 46 or 44. It needs to be an even number. So let me do this and then I'll catch up with you once I have a little bit of progress. Hi. So yesterday I restarted the project and this is the progress so far. I'm realizing how much I do not know how to take the correct measurement of our regline design. So let me show you how it fits. I like how low this one has gone, and I'm liking, I think I like this sizing better. I just don't know about this. It feels a little bit tight, but I have frogged this this yarn so many times now. I just want to get done. Yeah, that is the first thing. The second thing, I watched the Twisters and I loved the movie. It is not one of my favorites, but it is exactly what I was looking for when I requested for recommendations from other people, because when I was asking for recommendation, I wanted to watch something that is not on my day-to-day preferences, and I really loved Twisters. I kept wondering, why do these people keep choosing an extreme sport? They kept going for the tornadoes, despite the fact that it has killed people. In fact, in the very first scene, the protagonist lost about 4 of her friends. So you'd wonder why 5 years later they'll still be pursuing the same course of action. For me, that was an extreme sport, and I understand how they sought to give a solution. She felt like she had a solution for the tornadoes, but what? I love it because ultimately it ended up a little bit well. It wasn't like A Quiet Place where the protagonist dies. Also, ultimately her science project worked. So that is what I love, that ultimately all that suffering, all that extreme sport was not in vain. But just right now I want to watch another movie. I do not know what movie. It can be Insurgent, Divergent. I told you I love repeating movies, or Allegiant, or another of my sister's recommendations. She had recommended quite a number, and I'm willing myself to watch just one movie, then I'll put a worship song and clean the house, because I'm going through a season. I am going through a season. So I want to watch one movie that is not up my alley, something that will get my mind off my day to day, something that will make me mindful, something that will get me out of my own mind, my own emotion, and just completely engage my mind. I will show you the progress in it, but so far I don't know why when I did these chains, there's a way that it was stifling my armpits, so I thought I wouldn't like it. But then now that I have fitted it. I actually do love it. And I thought, okay, in reality, yes, the intention is to grow an inventory for my business, but I actually like it even for myself. Since I started the crocheting as a business, one of the ways that I've marketed my business is by wearing my merchandise. So I feel like this can be one of those exemplary places that I can showcase my work. When it comes to YouTube, I have so many ideas that I want to implement. The oddity, her vlogging styles, her content creation style is one of my inspiration when I think about a crochet crop top. And I'm also curious to see how this journey on YouTube is going to take me. I'm curious to see what lies ahead. This is me winning myself just to honor the season that I'm in. As I continue taking up this crochet series, I've realized that my audience is slowly growing, something that I'm deeply grateful for. So let me choose a movie and we'll figure it out what I decide to watch. Let us see how this day unravels. I'm now officially excited about this top. I have the progress of the sweater. And when you hold it up like this, maybe it doesn't look like much. But wait. Look at that. Just look at that. Look at the feet. I love it. I love it. I honestly want to leave it at that. Then I feel like leaving a little bit of a book show, like, because I want to be wearing it with this t-shirt. Really love it. The only thing that will make me add more lines is because when my arms are low, there's already a little bit of book show. I want to be able to raise my arms up when I'm doing house chores. But yo, this is so perfect. Erin B understands the assignment. She understands what she's doing. Oh, I really love it. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more. I hope when I add a little bit more, it's going to be hung. I don't want anything tight. If I like it, I will keep it. If I don't like it, I will just fold it and leave it at this. I'll show you the progress. Update. Do you love the fit, Anna? Do you love the fit? Part of me feels like this height is okay. The conservative part of me is wondering, okay, for what? So I think I'll leave it at that, because what is left without taking risks? And let me see if I can add a thing or two and give it a boom factor. Just then I'll show you the final review. This is the final product. I've added some gray laces, gray finishing, and I like the fit. What do you think? I think it's a good fit. All it's missing is the usual hoodie, but I like it. What do you think? Is it a yay? Is it a nay?